Many hockey fans love to gauge a player's value to a team by statistics. It's easy and quantifiable. However, for some players, their value to a team is not easily measured by most metrics, but their impact on the team's success is undeniable. Today's guest is one such player. Please welcome second-year defenseman and Niagara Falls, Ontario native, Kurtis Henry. Kurtis Henry, thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So Kurtis, I'm always curious as to what brings players to PEI, and I know that you had a bit of history with Kyle Maximovich, Troy Lajeunesse, and Owen Hedrick during your time with Erie, but maybe if you can talk a little bit about what it is that brought you here to the island to come play with the Panthers program.
Yeah, obviously I played with them in Major Junior before, and they were great guys. They treated me well there as a rookie.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew the people they were, and then also on the ice I knew the caliber of hockey player they were.
Sure.
So they were kind of the leaders for our team in Erie, and they're great players. So I just kind of had a picture in my head of what the team could look like, and thought we would have a good chance of winning the Nationals. So obviously I talked to Forby too, and he talked to me about the national championship coming up, and kind of just wanted to come here and be a part of that team and try and help them win it.
Good. Did they take you under your wing when they came here too?
Yeah, they did for sure. They kind of showed me around, took me out to a few of the golf courses and stuff like that, and just made it an easy transition for me to come here. And
you play a lot?
Golf?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with the boys and swing them.
Good. Can you take them on?
I don't know about Laj.
He's pretty keen.
I could definitely take on Hetty, and Maxi probably would have no chance against me.
So last year, speaking of Hetty, last year you came into the league, and you were paired with him coming in. Of course, he was an all U Sport, all Canadian, and that must have certainly helped in terms of you making to the transition here to the AUS level last year, correct?
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of guys would love to play with Hetty, so I was pretty lucky I got to play with him, but it's kind of nice, again, a familiar face to play with, kind of knowing how he plays, and just being with him on the bench and on the ice, it just made it a lot easier, I'd say, to transition to the league. And obviously he's a great player too, so.
Any of his offensive instincts wear off on you? That's what I want to know.
I always try and pick up a few things from guys I've played with over the years. I've played with some great players, so just trying to take pieces of their game when I can and put it into mine.
But your comfort zone's really on the defensive side of things, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think that's kind of what I pride my game after, just being hard to play against, and I guess a defenseman that Forby can trust to put on the ice, but I also like to try and jump up into the play and help out when I can. Well,
you're doing both, buddy, so keep going on that way. Earlier I had a chat with Troy Lajeunesse, and we talked about some of the work that you and Leon Denny and Troy are doing with the Indigenous community, and the work that's being done. At that point it was kind of early. I know there was a visit done at Elliott River Elementary School, and maybe if you can sort of update us a little bit, Kurtis, in terms of some of the stuff that you and Leon and Troy have done in the interim.
Yeah, so we went to a school and did a little talk with some of the kids about Indigenous unit that they had, and just kind of talked about our lives and our stories. And then we also had a skate with some kids, and that went really well.
It was out in Morel, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Right.
And that went well. The kids were happy to see us out there, and then we had one more planned just before Christmas.
Right.
I think that was out in Tyne Valley.
Tyne Valley, yeah.
Tyne Valley, yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately it got canceled because of the weather. There was a bit of a snowstorm, but pretty sure there was like 30, 40 kids that were planned to go, and so it's unfortunate we couldn't make it out there, but hopefully in the new year here we'll be able to get some more events planned, because I know some of those kids really appreciate it, and
Nice.
they might not have the same opportunities as other people.
Nice. Nice. You're kind of like the Guardian, covering the island like the do, right? Good job.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. I like it. So, Kurtis, one of the things, obviously, when we do our broadcasts, there's people chime in and they tell us where they're tuning in. And one of the regular viewers that watches our games is your grandmother, and Nana Sue, we like to call her. And you know, it's safe to say she might be Kurtis Henry's biggest fan of the UPI Panthers, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. My grandparents always tune in and watch, so
Yeah.
it's nice hearing from them after games, and it's nice knowing that they're
Do
still
they check
watching.
in? Do they check in all the time?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, my grandma will always text me and just comment
Give you
on the
brief
game.
down.
So it's nice. They've watched hockey their whole life, and my grandfather's been a part of hockey, so
Good.
my grandmother's kind of always been drug along watching with them.
Nice. So they followed you during your time in the O as well too.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
So
Good.
they have a pretty good idea of the game, so
Nice.
it's kind of nice to hear from them, and you can kind of trust their word on what they say.
Are they going to be able to make it down in March?
Yeah, they'll be here.
Nice. Okay, we'll get to meet her in person.
Yeah, they haven't been to the island yet, so
Oh, cool.
they're looking forward to it.
Cool. Great. So last weekend was a big weekend. Semi-historic night in the sense that, you know, the UPI hasn't beaten UNB at the Aiken Centre in about 10 years' time. And if you look, we always talk about the cliche of statement games or whatever you might want to call it, but you know, you'd have to think that that was maybe if you could talk about the impact that a win like that has at this part of the year, coming back just early into the second half, knowing that the road to the U Cup is getting shorter and shorter. What did a win like that mean for the team in terms of the impact that it had?
Yeah, I think it was pretty huge to get that win. Just, I know we're kind of fighting to stay in second place.
Yeah.
We got some teams that are making their way up now at us, so I think that was a big win to kind of close the gap with us and UNB and kind of get a little bit more cushion in the standings.
And get you in sight of first too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then just huge for the boys to get that win and
Yeah.
just get the confidence up. I think it's pretty big to string some wins together and find ways to win. I
Sure.
think we've done it in a few different ways.
Yeah.
We've came back on teams.
Yeah.
We've kind of had big leads that teams have kind
Couple of blowouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think just finding ways to win, and Nationals is a short tournament, so if
Yeah.
you can find a way to win in 3 games, and which is what we've done so far this year, we've found ways to win. So
Yeah.
if we can just keep doing that, and especially against good teams.
And you
we'll
got
have
another
success.
good team nipping at your toes in number 3 in St. Mary's, who you're facing tomorrow night as well, a big game. So it's going to get, all games are going to have increasing importance over here in the next coming weeks for sure, right?
Yeah, for sure. We really got to dial in and make sure we make every game count, because I think we only have 10 games left and every point's going to matter. So I think we really want that first round bye, and
For sure.
even could get first place still. So
Awesome.
I think we're really going to dial in and hopefully come out with a few more wins.
Good. Listen, buddy, your game's been dialed in over the last little while. I'm a big fan of the way you play. I like your compete factor. I like what Forby likes. They know that they can trust you going out every time 56 jumps over the board. So keep up the good work, and thanks for coming on.
Perfect.
Good luck with the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.